What an outstanding heat on paper, right? Morgan Cibilic ranking number 4, and the sole Italian on tour, Leo Fioravanti, number 17.
Ever since he fell off, he had to re-qualify through serious injuries, and he's in a great place right now with his fitness. He trains like nobody else and already wants to get a start in the non-priority heat. The Italian going for a massive error. Why not? You've got 46 minutes. If he pulls that, he's got a huge score.
Got a little ahead of himself.
Fioravanti rolling in. Nice searing cutback. Snap, slides it right into a bottom turn. That transition was solid. Went for broke on his opening wave, so this will be his best score so far against Cibilic. Deeper off the bottom. Ooh. Classic tail high reverse. Not slowing down at all. Fioravanti wanting more. And connects with the finish in the flat, staying on his feet. Well done. That takes a lot of conditioning right there, just to be able to transition from maneuver to maneuver like that and finish off the way Leo did. That was awesome. Back to Fioravanti on his last wave. Yeah, this wave was incredible. I mean, it had a little bit of everything. I love that blow tail on the second turn. Beautiful pace, beautiful rhythm. Never rushed anything. And I think we have to attribute a lot of his success on this wave to his athleticism. That reverse was beautiful. Always kept his momentum forward too, Joe. Never straight to the beach. That allowed him to always get a few more sections in before the wave ended. Just quickly there on a short ride, more of an open face for Morgan Cibilic, as we'd like to welcome all of our viewers on FS2 to continue watching on WorldSurfLeague.com. Morgan Cibilic from Newcastle on the east coast of Australia, just filling in the gaps on this long right. The world number 4 into the double up. Sweep off the bottom, crushes the lip, air drops and stays on his feet. This man is so consistent in his rookie season on tour. Yeah, and I love the commitment right there at the end for Morgan. You're usually going to end up with the incorrect amount of speed coming out of it. In comparison, Morgan, this is going to be a decent opener for him too. Number 4 in the rankings. I think he has a style that suits this wave. Really similar to somebody who competed here in 2006 named Danny Wills. And Morgan didn't get the best wave on offer, a little slopey, difficult to surf, but I think a good portion of the score on this wave was the finish that Morgan was able to get. What a moment for Jeremy, especially since we're not going to Tahiti anymore. Now setting up the wrapping turn, Fioravanti staying really active with the forehand carves. He did get the 5.67 on the wave where he just packed in a ton of maneuvers. This one heading the same direction, springs up into the solid vertical with the tail whip on the end section. Hard to change gears with variety in such a tight space. Job well done for the Italian once again. He obviously ended up winning, and they actually shut the town down, and they had a big party by Cafe Paris. Leo Fioravanti on his last 6.5 on this one, Mitch. And speaking of another European talent, Fioravanti, who already has the 5.67, this is going to put him in a solid place in the lead. I just really appreciate his rail work.
One of the coolest flags in the world. This is Leonardo Fioravanti, still competing against Morgan Cibilic for 19 minutes and 54 more seconds. Currently in the lead with a 7.5 and a 6.5. There has been some wild ramifications already this morning. We're at 12:15 local time. Leonardo looking like a man possessed.
And this morning when we showed up.
Well, you see now in red, Morgan Cibilic with priority. This is a surfer right now who's got to be playing defense, currently sitting in one of the final 5 spots heading into the Rip Curl WSL Finals, but he's got to surf for a 9.17 right now if he wants to overtake Leonardo Fioravanti. Luckily for Morgan, he's got a lot of time to go, but he's got to maximize every bit of scoring potential out of the waves he catches. He's got a 4.83, only 1 wave ridden. Meanwhile, Leo with 5 waves ridden.
time the set as we see Leo up and riding. Just a quick in and out for our Italian surfer, born in Rome, competed in the ISA qualifiers in El Salvador, trying to get a spot for the Olympics, which he did.
I believe Jeremy Flores on a 5'9.5", Connor Coffin on a 5'10". It's always cool when you see basically surfers on the same equipment, the same surfboards. You know these shapers are very competitive with each other. You know, Sharp Eyes made a huge push in the last few years, so it's a pretty cool correlation. And of course, the one also consistency between F1 racing and surfing is speed. You gotta go fast if you want to win. And Leonardo is flying down the line.
That is exactly what he did around that section, covering at least 30 meters of ground as we see Leo up again into the foam, trying to get around this section. He does. Tricky on that. Second to last maneuver.
You gotta drive to survive here. Really interesting exchange to watch, and this is it. Wave for wave. Leo versus Morgan.
First turn in the pocket. Second, just a little bit too late. The crumble from that wind making the wave break just a hair too early for Leonardo. Makes it around the section, but when we talk about making sections, this is the craziest section probably we've seen someone clear in competition. 2 big turns and manages to get out into the open face.
In Championship Tour surfing, Leonardo Fioravanti right there, looking to replace the 6'5". Connor Coffin in the secondary priority heat, looking like he's been able to find some gems out there. His first scoring wave yet to drop, but he's backing it up right now. Morgan Cibilic up and ripping. He's fighting back against Leonardo Fioravanti, so a good exchange there. I feel like Morgan maybe got the better wave, and he really went into attack mode right there. You know he's got to be feeling some urgency. This is a huge opportunity for him to stay in that final 5.
The last section of the wave, apologies, that section that he had cleared was a little bit earlier as we see Morgan clean carves. Very nice surfing.
Surfing for an 817. Did he get it?
Estilo, elegancia, style, and elegance as we see him connect with that inside section. He's very connected at Barra. He's very lucky at that inside section, allowing him to always go up and through the roof. You know, it's not until you get sick or you get hurt that you really realize how good you had it. So sometimes we don't have to focus too much about things we haven't achieved, but everything that's ahead of us. As we see a beautiful blast out the back.
Morgan Cibilic trying to fight back, looking for a 7.83. So far, so good for this young Australian. Well, it was so far, so good. That's not how he wanted to finish the wave.
They get great waves.
Oh,
the southern tip of Italy gets fun. The Mediterranean being the sea in which you end up surfing when you're in Italy. But, well, I want to make sure that we see Leo Fioravanti make it on through into those quarters.